I believe everyone is put onto this earth with a goal, with a purpose, with something to do at the end of their life. But what happens when you achieve that goal? What happens when you do what you were put on this earth for? Do you get a new purpose? Do you keep going on in life? Do you cease to exist? You could just become a mid-tier Smash, that works too. If you're a viewer of this channel, actually, scratch that. If you ever had one senior conversation with me, you know Rosalina is one of the absolute most important fictional characters to me. Only making third place on my favorite characters list, go watch it. A place I feel comfortable in saying she'll stay out until the day I die. She's almost certainly the character people most heavily connect with me. Well, her or the chameleon from the beloved iconic 2010 Smash hit Tough Puppy. She's a very special character to me. Probably the purest form of comfort character you could get. I found out why I love her quite a bit. But I always felt like I had to go super in-depth eventually. Every time I discuss her, I dive even more and more into her. Also, several people have called me out in the top 60 video for comparing Rosalina to a borderline religious experience or a fun parasocial relationship with this children's video game character from a game I played when I was a child, nearly 2 full decades ago. The thing is, now I don't want to talk about the reasons I love Rosalina. I want to talk about some worries I have with her. The reasons I love this character are very much not the reasons most people do. And I've noticed, as the years go by, Nintendo is quickly drifting away from the aspects of Rosalina that I love and make her special to me. Oh, look at this dweeb. He's complaining about a Mario character not having a solid personality anymore. Most of them don't. Yeah, well, okay, most Mario characters have a pretty solid base you would see from them. Not only is Rosalina comparatively deep when you look into her in Galaxy, but in her 18 years of existing, I see the aspects of her that I love slowly removed and downplayed and replaced to the point where I argue she's not the same as the one I love, which seems to be popular to most Rosalina fans, but not me. A person with a really super deep connection to this character, most people kind of look over at worst and see only as eye candy at best. Best is in the world's biggest quotation marks, by the way. So I don't care if I have to cross the entire galaxy. This is why I love this character so much and why I don't like where they're going with her. This is Rosalina I Know. The Rosalina I Know Zelina. So I just want to start this off talking about why I love Rosalina so much. The first Mario Galaxy was one of the first games I personally owned. I played a few Pokemon games at a friend's house, and some multiplayer stuff too. And yeah, I had a few games on the DS before it, like Pokemon Blue Team, Mario Kart DS, and Kung Fu Panda. But when I got my Wii, I had 2 games. Mario Kart Wii and Mario Galaxy. Well, Kart Wii was probably the game I played more just because I had a sister and friends came over frequently. So that was the go-to multiplayer game, alongside eventually Brawl and New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Galaxy was the game I drifted more to, mostly for it feeling kind of off. Like booting up the Wii and having that ambient music going into Galaxy's menu startup. It starts up with the normal Mario yelling the title, but quickly gets a lot more subdued with the atmospheric music and solid blue tile screen, with just little sprinkles of stars for light. You probably saw that video that clouded everyone's For You page about the quiet sadness of Galaxy. And that's very true. The game has a very unique vibe to it that isn't seen in most Mario games, not even its sequel. The game starts off with a mostly normal Mario vibe. Yeah, there's that little blurb about the Comet Festival, but in fact it's your normal yippee yahoo Mario game of Mario jumping around the Mushroom Kingdom with happy music and toads. Then Bowser commits an act of terrorism, and the game suddenly feels off. Mario's stuck in a real planet with this bunny and star. The music is a lot more toned back compared to normal Mario fare, and the background in this game are obviously just space, which makes sense because, duh. But it just also feels off. Mario games are always surrounded by such colorful and pretty and varied backgrounds that it's often to be followed by the same blackish blue skies everywhere you go. Mario's gone far places before, but he's with friends or he's there for a purpose. Even in later games like New Super Wii U or Wonder, where Mario gets thrown to a new land, it's basically the same bright, happy levels you see in any other Mario game. It's just not called Mushroom Kingdom anymore. It just feels kind of off. Not full on creepypasta the game is haunted and evil, just like, not the right vibe. Sure, as the game goes on, it gets more Mario-y, but on the first planet, it's strange. The music feels whimsical, but also kind of empty. The planet is just a mishmash of rocks, water, flowers, a house. Things that feel familiar, but feel weird to be all together. Even something as human as a house feels unnatural. Then you capture the rabbits there, and a new place opens up, revealing the woman of the 24 minutes or however long this video is. Rosalina's vibes at first feel pretty off as well. She seems nice. She offers you Luma to give you additional powers. She wants to help reunite you with Peach. She has this nice warmness to her overall. But also, she's saying she's always watching you. Kinda creepy. This random alien girl just gets summoned when you find a bunch of rabbits. I know modern gamers react to seemingly nice innocent characters in games, if this was released in the last 5 years or so, there'd be so many theories prior to this game's release about how it's secretly the living form of hatred or reincarnation of Bowser's brother or something. Yeah, soon after you discover more Mario-esque elements, brighter and more well-designed planets, airships, Goombas, toads, coins, you know, your standard Mario iconography, even with more upbeat music. But then you get to the grand start and are introduced to the observatory. From here, the game, and Rosalina, goes from less off and mysterious, but that's still there, to a lot more comforting and warm. The song playing in the observatory feels almost like a nursery almost. Very lighthearted and inviting. The Lumas all around talk to you and thank Rosalina for saving them, and Rosalina herself, this mysterious woman, who clearly has some pretty powerful abilities, like always rescuing you from falling no matter where you are on the ship, is nothing but kind. In her dialogue, she's always saying stuff like please and if you can. In her first appearance, she's describing things as they're prophesized, but now, she's still pushing you to your ultimate goal, but she's also very gently nudging you to help the observatory, which really just helps everyone. That's the thing with Rosalina. She's supportive and helpful. One of the most frequent sound bits of her throughout the game is her laughing, but she's also very subdued. The enemy can be very expressive, I've seen with Mario, Peach, and a few of the side NPCs, but Rosalina keeps the exact same expression the whole game. She never smiles or gets visibly mad. It's always the same tone of compassion and niceness that's not forceful. She's a very calm, subdued character. Her galaxy portrayal is so reserved that, in addition to her monotone voice, extreme knowledge and passion for astrology, occasional fiddling with her wand, solitary lifestyle, and a avoidal of being touched, it wasn't uncommon to see her headcanon as autistic. There is, of course, two very big moments for Rosalina in this game. The first, her storybook. One of the best things about the gaming in the 2000s, it was right before the internet really blew up. So everything was new to you. You were very unlikely to be spoiled. So Kid Me had his mind blown to see Rosalina away from her normal spot and telling a story to all Lumas. Rosalina says she loves them and views them as her children, and Lumas respect her and call her mama. But we've never seen them interact because, well, this isn't Super Rosalina Luma Galaxy, ain't it? These really show you how much she cares about these rejected Patrick stars. She's got a whole life outside of you. Like, the observatory is literally just a glorified house. There's a kitchen and a bedroom and other stuff like that. But back to the book. Since I was playing this when I was like 8, I get to experience a lot of particularly emotional things in media. I mean, sure, I experienced a few amounts of dead parents in Disney films, but gaming, that was a funny Yahoo press buttons things explode media. For Kid Me, the relative seriousness of the storybook really hit me. Y'all already know what the book is about. Rosalina tells a story about a kid that's clearly her finding a spaceship with a Luma in it, deciding to go to space to help out, realizing that she can't go home and her mother is dead, but pulling herself together for a new family of Luma, building the common observatory and fully cementing herself as the mother of all Lumas, who will do anything to love and protect each and every single one of them. It was a complete out-of-nowhere gut punch to Kid Me, one that I massively respected. It hit very close to me. It really humanized Rosalina a lot. She wasn't this weird space lady god figure. She's a human like you and me, who do anything for her loved ones out of just being the right thing, even when she was a kid. And of course, there's the ending. Rosalina locking in and commanding the observatory to go full force into Bowser's domain, and still keeping her trademark monotoneness, while not feeling commanding and powerful, everything blowing through all Bowser's defenses while letting you finish the job. Then, there's the thing that stuck the most with me as a kid. After you beat Bowser and cause a black hole, all Lumas nullify it, resetting the universe. In a weird void, Rosalina appears. I still don't know why she's ginormous monster in 2009, but despite kind of revealing herself to be a goddess or something similar, she gives her a calm, otherworldly, cosmic, higher-powered monotoneness throughout this whole conversation, explaining to you the cycle of rebirth in the galaxy and how newborn Lumas will become stars and galaxies. Something I always appreciate about Rosalina, you know, but everything else about her, is that, well, maybe not intentionally, she always feels like she has this weird cosmic awareness. Not just of all space and time, awareness of you, the player. So much of her dialogue is shown from Mario's point of view. So it feels like she's not talking to him, she's talking directly to you. That she's telling you, the player, to help her end this natural cycle of life. When she's sending out Mario to continue to live his life and do great things, she's really saying this all to you. This is really what Rosalina means to me. She's distant emotionally, but always 100% by your side. She's like getting a hand on your shoulder throughout thick and thin. She's kind, she's otherworldly, but she's still a human. Peach and Daisy can be big show-offs, but Rosalina, she's much more subdued and reserved. But she's still as nice and supportive as they are. She's human, yes, but she's almost like a guardian angel to Mario and you, the player. Rosalina, in all, is a friend. She's someone you can always rely on, and she'll be there for you even when you don't think she is. What's the opposite of a cosmic horror? Cosmic buddy? That's Rosalina. She's bigger than all of humanity, but she still loves all of it, even in her weird closed-off way. She's a mother of not just the Lumas, but all the cosmos. wanting the best for it. She also for some reason has an emo cut, but you know, she kind of rocks it. Oh, and before I go into all the side games and how they take Rosalina, I do want to briefly mention Galaxy 2. Rosalina stays out of the action for the grand majority of this game, with Loba taking over her role. I will not be taking Loba slander in the comments. We love Loba. Rosalina makes a few cameos in this game. Her first appearance is in the cutscene after the final boss, being a nice little bonus to see her, where she keeps the same mysterious but kind of stoic vibes we know. You can enjoy that Mario and Peach found each other as was foretold, and being thankful that Mario took care of the Luma before departing. Pretty much understanding what I liked about her in the original. There's also a quick cutscene of Luma giving her Mario's hat, where she was just telling her storybook story. Notably, this is the first time she smiles, which I'm fine with. She's all alone with her family. She always speaks in that normal, calm, reserved tone. This is still Rosalina to me. She then congratulates you in her normal way after you beat the secret final level. And then she appears as an NPC in the Starship Mario, where she simply thanks you. I like that. It feels like a nice wrap to her as a character, honestly. She knows you fated to rescue Peach. She hopes that you'll help her out with her home. You do. You support her kids. Bowser's defeated. She's gonna rest while still watching over you. Honestly, pretty good way to end her story. If they wanted to, they could have just never used Rosalina again. And that's be her nice little happy ending. Okay, but we really need her to play golf though. I am now going to cover literally every single other game Rosalina has appeared in. This is like 30 games, but it's infinitely shorter than the last segment. Rosalina is pretty much guaranteed to appear in every Mario spinoff. In some of the earlier ones, she's this unlockable, weirder, out of nowhere pick. But as the games go on, it becomes clear that she's here to stay. So she starts being among the first characters revealed for them. If she's not immediately revealed, give it time, she'll be there. The thing is, the cart games, the sports games, ones where you roll dice and play mini games, they're all party games. They're made for you and your friends to play together. They don't have stories, or at least particularly in-depth ones that aren't used to getting a group of characters together to play golf. As such, Rosalina's personality and backstory from Galaxy is either downplayed or removed entirely. Okay, her role in Mario Kart Wii will always hold a special place in my heart. She's among the hardest characters to unlock. You either get a star at every single Mirror Cup, or play 4,950 races. The highest amount of races you need to play to unlock a character, excluding a Mii costume. Beating second place by 600. Or, if you play Galaxy, which I was decently into when I finally swapped to Kart Wii, simply play 50 matches and she's yours. She goes from the hardest character to unlock to the easiest. Plus she has a Luma following around her, a really cute addition that just makes her feel special. Also, her racing costume is cool, I like it. This still feels like Rosalina to me in this. And I was confused why, since, she's not that much different from other spin-off games. So then I did some digging, and I got it. Galaxy, Kart Wii, and Galaxy 2 all have something in common. And that's that the only games Rosalina is voiced by Mercedes Rose.
Yeah! We win! Okay!
She doesn't have much credits to her name, but even with a few lines in these games, she paints such a clear picture of her. She's mellow, kind of out of her element, but also very firm, sweet, kind, warm, inviting, and always planning and internally knowing. In a really weird selection of games, Kart 7, Golf World Tour, and both Smash appearances, she's voiced by Carrie Kane, and she's just kind of a new character.
Not bad. No. Aww.
She lost some monotonous and warmth and otherworldly awkward but caring vibe, and just sounds kind of like another slightly deeper voice Peach. And everything else, and to this day, she's voiced by Laura Faye Smith, who voiced her first in the Mario 3D World. So she's been her for over a decade.
Hello there! All set! I'm ready!
Though I don't know why they alternated between her and Carrie in early 2010s, I'm not Nintendo. And her take is definitely better than Carrie's in my opinion. Mostly, I'm saving you for your own segment. But still not 100% there. It feels decently distinct from Peach or Daisy, but still kind of generic. Lacking her charm from Galaxy or Kart Wii. Okay, but that's just her voice. How is she portrayed overall in these games? Well, for 90% of her roles, she's just kind of the princess who's vaguely connected to space. In all the games she's made a lot more smug and slightly snooty. Her animations tend to have her mugged with the camera a lot, and she says a lot of lines in a more smug way. She's a lot more active and smiling than before. Which, don't get me wrong, she's allowed to smile, obviously. This art here is one of my favorite pieces of official art of her. It shows her nice, calm vibe, but also shows her being inviting and otherworldly at the same time. But it's lacking the reserved, always connected to the space and stars persona she had in Galaxy. It's not her being a different character yet, keywords yet, but she's definitely solely a different character. A few things are given to her to make her more just a blue Peach or Daisy, or something I see people call her out on. Granted, this is something all princesses get hit with, just being palette sauce of Peach, and having similar personalities of being smug and hot-headed, also being pouty when they lose. And yeah, I mean, I'll be real, they do look nearly the same. I remember seeing this meme comparing how diverse the male cast of a lot of series are, while the female cast look the exact same. Honestly, just comparing the main 4 human men to the main 4 human women, yeah, it's there. Especially for Rosalina. since her face is literally just Peach's, unlike the other two. Since she was originally going to be related to Peach in some way, but that was scrapped. The lore design, of course, stayed. This really leads credence to she's just a blue Peach. They do have some unique additions to her. She floats instead of walking. They keep a space and Luma angle for her super moves. She occasionally uses telepathy instead of holding items. Her cup size increases for one tennis game for some reason. But overall, she's at best a watered down, more generic version of her original interpretation. She's not ruined, she's not the character I fully love with yet. Those are just spin-offs. How's her main series interpretations? Well, she doesn't do much, but they're all pretty eh. 3-World makes her playable, but she's not too special. She's got a very useful spin attack, but again, she's a lot more spirited and less reserved and interesting. But hey, it's cool detail and reveal. They refuse to spoil that she was in this game at all. They intended to do everything in their power to keep this a secret. This is the hardest they ever hidden a non-Smash Bros. Related reveal. So, passable. I don't like the Psycho Killer render from this game though. Why is she like this? Here's a minor cameo as a sprite in Odyssey. Another thing is she's going to be an NPC New Donk as a guitar player. Just with this concept art, I really love this. I like the idea of her integrating more to human society, but posing the image still shows she's pretty reserved and simple. Not a super bombastic guitar player. I would have loved for this to happen. The weirdest one is Mario Maker 2. Some official courses are made by characters and codenames, like Kamek, Captain Toad, Bowser, and Kelly Splatoon, yes really. And one of them, Stargazer, is implied to be Rosalina. Rosalina advises anyone who hears her message to defeat the bad guy and use your wits to do so. Kind of a more energetic take on her Galaxy portrayal. Not my favorite, but I can honestly see this working at even more than 2 lines. One of her best post-Galaxy roles for her is freaking Mario Maker 2. It's genuinely so over. The best role overall for her after Galaxy though is Mario & Rabbids Sparks of Hope. In this, Rosalina gets corrupted and brainwashed by the main villain, but is still shown as being extremely capable and powerful, protecting the Lumas and the main cast throughout the game, fighting back against the possession of Cursa, being still nice while mysterious and otherworldly, being shown a lot more friendly and open, but still reserved unto herself. This is the perfect evolution for Rosalina's Galaxy characterization, and I'd love for this Rosalina to get more attention. Before I go into the reason why I made this video, I want to briefly go into how the fandom views Rosalina. Well, she's an attractive woman, yes. I hope Scott doesn't try to sue me, because if he does, he'll definitely win. But like, I never really see people look into her as a character deeper at all. Rosalina is literally second to Mario in terms of allegations of her having no real character or personality. I genuinely don't get it. Did you just like not play Galaxy? People make Luigi out to be this really well-written character. And don't get me wrong, Luigi is of course awesome and based and cool and awesome and cool and awesome and cool, but his character personality isn't as dived into as much as Rosalina's story was in Galaxy. But he and others like Daisy and Bowser never get hit with this claim. Rosalina is constantly just viewed as woman. Also, as I said in the character's video, dude, Sigma 4 has successfully radicalized the underworld. You all need to call your mom and tell her you love you, but not in an Oedipus way. Low-key, I headcanon Rosalina as Aeroace. This doesn't affect my thoughts on her or why I don't like her modern portrayals at all, nor will I force anyone to subscribe to it, though I have noticed that the closer to me you are, the more likely you are to believe it. I just have that power. It's like infinity, but infinitely more nerdy and lame. Also, I mentioned art of her one time with the colors of the Airways flag, and the artist noted that she pretty much already has them. That's kind of fun. I'm not against her being shipped with Daisy or Pauline in a vacuum. It just kind of removes her reserved, calm, stoic, caring personality. It just kind of makes her this really flirty, more energetic, and dominant character. Which, like, if you like the dynamic, more power to you. But that's not Rosalina. I don't like that's how she's commonly portrayed. This isn't her. Also, it's hard for me to care at all when in Rosalina's nearly 2 decades of existing, she literally never shared any notable canonical romance with either of these 2 characters. Listen, like these ships all you want, but to me, it's the embodiment of this scene.
They make a cute couple, huh?
They certainly are standing next to each other.
Oh yeah, her being shipped with Mario, and Peach, but specifically Mario, also lesser extent Luigi, is even worse, by the way. Galaxy has such a cute story of Mario and Peach literally being fated to be together, and Rosalina would literally bend space and time to make sure they get together. Nah, screw that. She's banging one of them, actually. Feels like it really misunderstands what makes her so great. Objectively, if you ship her with Bowser, you're point at it. Woolwich has a unique vibe, but they also don't have any interaction with each other canonically. I think it's a fun friendship, though. I also know a lot of people think she's really overused for a time, but like, was she? She's a playable character in most spin-offs, but she's not like pushed or anything. She's just part of the crowd. Her only major roles in games post-Galaxy 2 were secret character in 3D World and playable in Smash. Like, sure, yeah, you could raise an eyebrow on how she's being treated better than a few older characters like Waluigi, Daisy, or Toad. But like, Galaxy games were huge. She's a natural, unique moveset. It's fine. Also, again, Galaxy was huge. And whilst the focus is on her, still have references to the planets, the Lumas, some of the other new species, the music. Like, there's more elements of Galaxy knowledge than just her. Greater than Mario Odyssey. where literally the only thing they acknowledge is Pauline and her songs. No reference to Cappy, very unique world and species, songs not sung by Pauline, but capture mechanic, nothing. Just Pauline. It's all her fault! I will say consistently, Rosalina does not portray the way I like her to be in fan projects. But I do want to shout the one recently that actually gets her really well. And that is the Mario Pokemon mod, Super Mario Mod. This is simply a modded Pokemon where you, as Mario, have to go across the region capturing various Mario enemies to stop Bowser. The gym leaders are major Mario characters, and Rosalina is the second to last you'll face. In her pre-battle, she remains kind while urging you to do your best in her fight. Know that you have to prepare to save the world. However, relies on her precognition while hinting that for a rare time, the future isn't certain. When beaten, show them how far you've come, and how you are a genuinely good person. It reminds you of your faded quest, also opening up a shortcut to get to Bowser faster. This is literally the perfect expansion of Galaxy Rosalina. This is her. It's so good to see. There's even something as recent as 3 months ago. Thank you, Alpharad YouTube. So, that Mario Kart World game, huh? I know something like this doesn't seem like it would be particularly bad or ruin any characterization, but for $80, Nintendo finds a way. Alright, the good. Her costumes are great, they're all consistently the best costumes in the game, besides Mr. Pear King Boo. And also, I love the new course of her, that's 300 Round Galaxy. It's way better than her other course in Kart 7. I love this one. Most of the courses in this game are great, but like this one's also pretty cool. But why is she unlockable? That's stupid. Same with Daisy and DK. Granted, they're like easy to unlock, but like I don't get why these aren't like base rosters. Like these are some of the most iconic Mario characters. Whatever. I'm not Nintendo again yet. But then there's this. I hate this. Okay, I'm glad she has a second render after 18 years. She finally put her arm down. Thank God. But like, yeah, this is just a nail in the coffin. They're all in smug Rosalina. This is what they want her to be seen as. I know most Rosalina fans love this, but also Sigmund Freud. This is just not the character I fell in love with. And I'm not alone. I'm not crazy completely. Cyanize, a good friend of mine, who provided the footage you're seeing now, thanks Bessie, who is nowhere near the Rosalina fan I am. In fact, I don't really think he's much of one at all, particularly. But immediately realized that this is just not Rosalina, and immediately messaged me about it. Smug Rosalina does not vibe with me. It's not who she is. That's Peach's thing, and Daisy's thing, and I guess also Pauline's thing. Does Nintendo know women can have more than one personality trait? How would Rosalina be more encouraging or nicer in her interactions? If she's just another smug, snooty princess, that's boring. But if you want proof that she's just Blue Peach now, the voice. It's still Laura Faye Smith, but, Yep, that's just Peach. Both in higher pitch and her general happy demeanor with hints of smugness and like... I'm sorry, she would not freaking say that. Mario's been doing a lot of weird things recently with his cast. From DK's new design to Mario Peach became recasted, seemingly against the wishes of their original voice actors. I see that Rosalina isn't the same. They're really going all out on her just being Blue Peach, no bits of what I loved about her anymore. And most of the fanbase is fine with that, because they don't view Rosalina as a true character. Went from having hope that Rosalina could resume her former glory to realizing that one of my favorite characters will never be the same again. Also, now she owns a car company with a logo similar to Tesla, making her the Mario equivalent to Elon Musk. Some sins can't be forgiven. Mario isn't really a game series made to be full of deep, unique, complex characters. I know this. Characters have just enough personality to be called characters, but they're at the end of the day, mascots. In the main games and sports spin-offs, they're a lot deeper than RPGs. But Rosalina is the one exception. She's a full backstory, and an interesting different personality. She overall a different vibe than most of the cast that, quite frankly, seems hard to truthfully translate to the spin-offs. Whenever a new Mario Kart or Party or sports game comes out, I always hear the same request for them to finally acknowledge the extended cast of Mario. People want Vivian and Goombella and Count Bleck and Dimentio and Fawful and Malo and Gino and Antasma and K. Rool and the WarioWare cast and Rabbit Waluigi. And Nintendo's like, cool. Coin coffer. But the thing is, I'm sure people like these characters, for at least partially for their unique designs. But the big reason people like them is because of their detailed backstories, their really deeper motivations. They're interested in their characters. They're over the top and entertaining personalities. And those just won't translate to the multiplayer spin-offs. Mario games aren't made for characters like Rosalina. She's a character that honestly vibes better with RPGs than the main series, but she's firmly a main games character. And Kart World solidifies this character that I fell in love with is gone. It makes me wonder, would it have been better if Rosalina never became a recurring character and was stuck only in the Galaxy duology? The answer, of course, is no. Yes, the Rosalina I love is unlikely to reappear again, outside of maybe a quick one-off game. And many people seem fine with this and don't really consider Rosalina much besides a pretty design. But Rosalina I Know and love will always still connect to me. And yeah, she's a cardboard cutout now. I'm so happy whenever I see her pop up in spin-offs. Mario goes back to older characterizations and bits all the time. So maybe older Rosalina can return. But even without it, Rosalina will always be a character that I can fully say I love. She's certainly not ruined. Would really suck if a character that I truly loved shifted completely in the eyes of both the internet and the company that they were owned by to be a complete separate character, divorced from what I love about them. It would really suck if this was an extremely personal character to me in particular. Yeah, that would really suck. I have to use the bathroom. I'll be back. See you guys later. Thanks for watching. Peace.